So, family, it finally happened. The day is here, the 2024 eclipse. Maybe you were excited about it. Maybe you were tired of hearing about it. Maybe you're somewhere in between. They've been reporting so much about the eclipse. Hotels are getting premium dollars for room nights, even in small and relatively unknown towns. You can't hardly find a rental car anywhere along the path of totality, as they say. Flights have sold out. Restaurants are busy. In fact, restaurants and retailers in those touristy areas were told to be prepared to sleep in your facility. Sunglasses, of course, have sold at a record pace, not just any kind of sunglasses, but those specially designed for the eclipse. They've even reported on the news about the number of people who've gotten married during the eclipse. It's amazing to me how we commercialize everything. If there is a way to make money, people seem to find a way. But you know what's more amazing to me about all of this? Has anyone pointed out the wonders of God and all of the commercialization and all of the rhetoric about it? Has anyone really talked about what it means to live in a world in which we get to see the mighty, marvelous works of God and how He set the universe in a way in order to operate that just amazes us? See, the word eclipse is ironic because we have, in some ways, eclipsed God from being able to shine and show forth His wonders to us because people don't focus on God. They focus on everything but God. And without God, we wouldn't be able to have the eclipse that we have. This made me think about some things as it relates to our fear of God. When we talk about fearing the Lord, there's so many aspects of fear that we need to consider. One of which is, of course, being afraid of God. I don't think many people, even some within the church, have a healthy fear of God. I mean, the things that people do and the things that people say who claim to be Christians don't always suggest a fear of God. Do you know that in Revelation chapter 6, verse number 16, that the wrath of God was pictured there as being so terrible and of such a nature that the people would rather have died in an avalanche than to be subjected to the wrath of God? When we think about the fear of God, we should also think from a standpoint of just being amazed, looking at the wonders of an eclipse or the many other aspects of nature. Psalms 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God." But you don't have to wait for a periodic eclipse to see the glory of God in terms of creation. Just go outside and listen to the birds. Look at the rising and setting of the sun. Look at the moon reflecting the light of the sun. Look at the stars. Spend time gazing at ants, grasshoppers. See the squirrels and just all of creation. Just look at your body. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. When we think of God, we ought to think about admiring Him for His works. You ever just thought about how good God is? I mean, we spend a lot of time complaining, and we always have something wrong, always something is hurting, somebody's our enemy, some circumstance has befallen us. And I get it, life can be tough, life can be rough. But I also believe that if we would spend some time just thinking about the goodness and greatness of God, and just how mighty his works are, we probably would complain less and see how much we need to be thankful for. When we think of the fear of God, we should be appreciative to him for all the work he has done in our lives. I am never one to nullify prayer requests because you never know who's on the breakdown that needs a breakthrough. But I declare when we start thinking about God's work in our lives, what he's given to us, what he's kept from us, how he has blessed us, how he has given to us all things pertaining to life and godliness, how according to Ephesians 1 and 3, he has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ. My, what things we ought to be thankful for. Here's something to try. Go outside, take a walk, just look at nature and learn to be thankful. Be thoughtful and maybe not spend time asking for yourself, but asking God to use you to bless someone else. And be thorough in your commitment to him. We don't need half-heartedness in the kingdom, but people who are just so amazed by God, so in awe of him, people who admire him, appreciate him, and perhaps most of all afraid of him, that they're just willing to give their all. Think about how much God has given to us, especially by way of his Son. Oh, we owe God so much. How much are you willing to give? Yes, we saw an eclipse today, but you can look at nature any day and see the wonders of God. As we look at the wonders of God, what do you think God is wondering about you? This has been another installment of A Few Minutes with the Minister.